And let's pick it up here. We start out here. These are the items. They're not at all different from the ones we've used in Covenant. We got the Pure Leaf, the Tent, Mana Leaf, Barrel Leaf, you name it. Healing, nobody has healing spells. This is the new... oh, here's the equipment. Johnny uses knives as his weapon. Don't have any accessories. Here's his personal stat. His luck and agility are actually really high, so it's pretty useful for casting support buffs. He has certain skills. He has one skill called Handy Tools, and I'll show you that later. He also, since this is a New Game Plus, he also has something called Release, but I won't show it to you now because it's a big waste. What I'm doing is, this is the new custom magic system in this game. It's Stellar Charts. Basically, you can add as many spells as you want, so long as the nodes allow. And this... normally I start Johnny out with Leo, but in this case, I'm just decided to start out with Cancer because that's the first Stellar Chart you get in this game, so Johnny automatically starts out with it. Talisman of Luck, that's useless to me, because if I die, it's game over. Alright, oops. Let me talk to the big guy over there, so he can figure out who he is. Yep, that's him, Lenny. Still kind of odd, though, how this ruthless marauder from Sapientis Gladio decided to become basically a manservant for a 16-year-old boy who thinks he's running a detective agency. Some items here. They also added another new element here. First, I'm looking for some more items. But as you can see, you can interact with the bed. What this means is that when you actually use it, you heal your entire party. HP, MP, everything. Now, that's not unlike the inn in Valkyrie Profile 2, except you don't have to pay for it. On the score, you can actually measure how many times you've slept, including tents. Now Johnny introduces himself.
I'm Johnny Garland, and I'm 16. I'm a private detective living in New York City, and like Lenny was saying, the truth is, my father died 3 years ago, and I was supposed to take over running his company, but living on an inheritance doesn't really do it for me. So I opened my own office. There are other reasons why I'm a detective. That accident didn't just take my family. It also took part of my memories. There is something important I had to remember.
What I don't really understand is that this takes place in like 1929. And from what I remember, I think it was when the stock market crashed. So the rich became poor. And since there are a lot of rich people in this game, I'm not sure if this is like before the Depression took place. Alright, now the boring part. Asking everyone where to find Marlowe. Okay. Oh, if you talk to that one girl. Okay, that is kind of scary. Well, it's better him than him playing astronaut or something like that, something really unrealistic. Okay. A lot of these people don't really tell you anything. There are like only a few people that'll actually carry things along, and in this case, on the Upper West Side in New York, there's only one person. Do that and don't stand around there. There's something in the car. Another Mana Leaf. Yeah, this kid is actually gonna bug me in a different way as the game progresses. Well, he was busy with chimneys and lost cats. Well, for a second I thought I was stuck here. Yes, that was a relief. For a detective agency, it isn't really that. The building looks really small on the inside. Okay, now we're in Times Square. I don't know how much of old New York stayed, like from the dawn of the 20th century, is still around. I think mostly they tore things up. Oh, that's to be expected. But if they're yeah, this was the thing that confused me because I assumed this was the Depression era, but it wasn't. Alright. This was a minor inconvenience, but it's good that they started this early, than having to start it way later, like, as in Covenant, you have to go through a few dungeons and get to Paris to do this. Here we meet the shopkeepers. And if you don't remember that guy, the guy with the helmet, he was actually in Covenant, and he was the shopkeeper there. Though the thing is, though there are a little bit mementos of Covenant, there isn't a lot they talk about. For instance, there is absolutely nothing that talks about Lenny's past. And then probably there's only a brief mentioning of Yuri. But it was only one character said, "Oh, you remind me of a friend that I used to travel with." And telling him who that person is would give it away. The point card actually works the same way as it does in Covenant. Though I remember in Covenant you get something called the gold card, in which no matter how many times you fail with the discount purchases, you will always gain points. Whereas in this, you lose points if you fail. And it's pretty easy to actually roll through it, because the New York map is actually... The New York maps are actually pretty small, despite being huge. And I can't really proceed to the next area yet, because I have to talk to somebody. Here. It's a tent. This is the guy, I think, yeah. Alright, so that unlocks a new part of Manhattan, Chelsea. Let's head to it. Now first I talk to these people. I don't really care what they say. It's not going to help me in the long run. Okay, Chelsea. Now I suggest keep your eyes open in this area because you're going to find... I'm going to talk to her again. Yeah, she's missing her kids, so... well, since I'm a detective, I'm going to have to look for them. Still trying to figure out how old that guy must be. If the 1860s. In here, Coral Lariat. This is where you get your first Coral Lariat. And if you miss it, you're going to be very sorry. So let's equip it. I'm going to head over here and actually pause before I talk to that one guy standing in front of the theater. So I'm going to wrap up here and I'll pick it up later.